Hey everybody, it's Amber Griffiths here with Your Brand by Design. And I normally keep my explosive frustration and branding to myself until Thursday. But this is just one of those things that keeps coming up. And so I'm just going to share it. And if it helps you, that's awesome. Then this was obviously meant for you. And if not, then listen to it again because it's probably still meant for you. um, there is something about being an entrepreneur. And honestly, it happens in corporate business as well, but it really affects the entrepreneur. Um, in that when you start your business, you start it because you have this one thing you really want to do. You have this change you want to affect in this world. You have this movement, this you want to just create a better place, right? And as an entrepreneur, you start out with A, and sometimes you can incorporate B and even C. And then you have a potential client say, oh, but could you do E or F or G? And all of a sudden you kind of veer out of your lane. You maybe didn't even signal. You're just suddenly in somebody else's lane doing E, F, and G. That's not awesome for about 27 different reasons, including the part where you're now driving someplace you're not supposed to be. You are doing things that are outside of your zone of genius. They are out of your comfort zone, and not in a good, challenging, I'm going to grow kind of a way, but in a what the heck am I doing over here kind of a way. Not only that, but there are people already in that lane kicking butt and taking names, and you're in their way. That was their client. That client's going to get more value from working with someone else than with you because that's not your lane. That's not your zone of genius. Knock it off. As entrepreneurs, we have a tendency to say yes because yes means money and yes means growth and yes means clients. But when you say yes to things that are outside of your lane, outside of your zone of genius, it can lead to less income, less joy, less awesomeness, not just for you, but for your clients too. Now, here's the other part. While you're sitting over here in the other lane, doing E, F, and G, getting in people's ways, working with clients that aren't yours, aren't your ideal clients, you're not in your lane, which means all these bonus points that you're picking up. I'm trying to decide if this is a driving metaphor or a gaming, I'm thinking Mario Kart or something. Your lane has awesome benefits and wonderful things for you. And if you're over here in somebody else's lane, you are missing out on those things. You are missing out on those potential growth points. You are missing out on those ideal clients that are waiting for you to show up. You're missing out completely. Your lane is yours because you know every inch of it, because you excel at doing that one thing. You could do it with your eyes closed. Maybe you have. This is that thing that shows up in your dreams because you're so good at it. You could literally do it in your sleep. You have dreamt of it. It pulses, it goes through your entire body, it moves you forward. That's why it's yours. Just recently, my best friend went on a trek to Peru, and he was hiking up the face of Machu Picchu. Like, I know there's like the train that you can go from stop to stop, and it's kind of the touristy glamping kind of version of it. But these two gentlemen decided to hike up the face, like hiking muddy craziness, okay? And as they're struggling, now they've been training, they've been getting prepared for it, they've been doing different tests and stuff, trying to get ready to do that. And they had with them a crew that was carrying, like with the burros or whatever, they were taking their bags and their camping supplies. But they also had a crew that was cooking for them, setting up camp every night, so that all these two people had to do is focus on hiking and frankly just not dying on the side of the mountain. Okay. So as they're walking up and they're struggling, and this is something they've never done before, you see where I'm going? It's rocky, it's steep, it's muddy, and the kitchen staff that does this all the time is literally running past them up the mountain. They cooked the breakfast meal, they cleaned up all the dishes and broke camp and got it all put away, and were so good at doing this part of it that even after that delay, after my two friends are going up the mountain, here comes the crew half hour later after breaking down camp and cleaning up, and they are running up the mountain, passing them up the mountain to the next stop. They are designed to do that. What they get to do every single day is run up the side of that mountain. That is their lane. They are good at it. They kick butt at it. They excel at it. They are not worried about the distractions. They don't care how much mud there is. They don't care how steep it is. They don't care if it's raining or shining. It doesn't matter, because their lane is running up the mountain. And my two friends, no matter how much they prepared for it, no matter how much, now they can totally do it. They hiked up the mountain. They got to the top, just like the pros. But it's not their specialty. It took them longer. They were wiped out when they got to the top. They were exhausted. They were muddy. They were not in an awesome mood, I'm assuming, by the time they got there. But here come the pros, going faster, more effectively, in a better mood when they got to the top, ready to perform again and make lunch now and set up camp again for dinner and all those things. This is what they were trained for. This was their zone of genius. Does that feel familiar? You are going to experience something. And in fact, if you've been in business longer than 2 weeks, I will almost guarantee you, you have experienced an opportunity to veer out of your lane, to decide to go climb up Machu Picchu because you know you could do it. It sounds cool. There's money in that path, probably, but it's not where you excel. Do you understand how, it frustrates me so much to watch this with entrepreneurs and with businesses try to extend themselves beyond where they really rock it, what they're really meant to do. I compare this a little bit in my own world, if this helps at all, so that this is not me yelling at you to do something that I haven't experienced. Web design is one of those things. I'm a great designer. I am even better at branding. And when I first started my business, I had people come to me and say, hey, can I get a brand, or can I get a web design too? I'm like, yeah, okay. I've done that before. In my corporate world, I did web pages all the time. I don't program, mind you, still don't program. I couldn't write code if you paid me. But I can totally make this homepage look beautiful, and I can help you write the content and I can create that. After about 1.5 years of trying to do that and being okay at it, having some success, I finally realized the reason it was always such a struggle to do that is it's not my lane. This goes back to something I talked about last time, where it's not doing the stuff you hate that will suck the joy out of your job, out of your business. It's doing the stuff that's okay, that wears at you and drains you. It's climbing up the side of Machu Picchu when you are meant to be on flat ground. It's doing something that's you're capable of doing it, but you don't love doing it. You are not the best at it. You are not able to do it and ignore everything on the side. You are not able to just do this thing, kick butt, take names, be amazing, have fun, make money, and not worry about anything else. That's your lane, right? Okay. If you have any question about that, if you are wondering, I spoke to a client recently who said, people keep talking to me about my niche, and I should really get more focused, but I don't want to exclude people. Why not? Why wouldn't you exclude people? Some people aren't yours. I will tell you right now, I love what I do, and I know that every business needs a brand. Every business can benefit and have more joy and more money when you have a rock star brand built on a solid foundation of authenticity and focus and vision. I know that. I also know I am not for everyone. I'm an acquired taste. I am too loud and too raucous, and sometimes that doesn't meld well with somebody else's personality. So just because my solution can serve everyone doesn't mean I get to serve everyone. I recently heard a statistic, and it's probably pulled out of the air like all great statistics are, that 25% of the people will love you. They are your evangelists. They are your ideal clients. They are your raving fans. It doesn't matter what you do, they'll be there. They will always be in those front 3 rows, buying and wearing the concert t-shirt, right? 25%. About 50% are kind of, they're on the lawn. They'll come, they'll show up, they'll come if they have a free ticket. They just haven't decided yet. And that's okay. You can work with them. You can kind of, like anything in your brand that is directed at the front 3 rows, The lawn seats will still hear it, but your focus has to be on those first 3 rows. Your focus is your ideal fans, the ones that just love you. Why would you try? They're the easy ones. They're the ones who already adore you and think you're spectacular. So yeah, address your brand to them. Everything you say to them is going to be heard by these people, and they get to decide if they love you or not. There's going to be at least 25% of the population that thinks you're an idiot, that doesn't want to work with you, that thinks you're up in the night, that thinks you're unqualified, that just has a personality disorder, you know, with a disruptive personality with you, whatever that is, 25% of them. That's, like I said, statistically, that's about where you're looking. Why would you want to work with those 25% of the people? When you say, I can help anyone, maybe, but what do you want to? I work with people who have like nutritional supplements, and they say, but my nutritional supplements can help everybody. Probably, but you actually want to work with everyone. I know that there are people out there who, if I meet you, I'll be like, not my people. And not necessarily like it's a despicable, you know, like, ooh, I despise you, and ooh, we just really don't get along, but just I am not for you. I'm not your flavor, and that's okay. You can be in my 25%. You can even be in my 50%, and maybe I'll win you over. I'm going to focus on my 25%. I'm going to focus on the people who know that what I have is amazing, and know that what I have to offer and the support and solutions I have can grow their business exponentially. That's who I want to work with, the ones who already get it, the ones who are already in my lane, and I just have to drive by and pick them up. So staying in your lane keeps you from getting distracted. It keeps you from falling off the mountain. It keeps you from wasting your voice at people who are at a different concert. Is that enough metaphor for you? Pick whichever one sings to you, whichever one you can understand best. If you get to stay in your lane and do what you do best and do what you love to do, you will attract the people who you will love to work with. So not only are you staying in your lane and not veering off to the left or the right and getting distracted, but you get to sing while you're driving. You get to dance to the music as you're driving in your lane. Okay? Do you believe me about that? Be super clear. You don't have to be everything to everybody. You'll end up being nothing to anyone. You must be someone amazing to someone specific. And that is all about staying in your lane. Stay in your zone of genius. Make more money. Have more joy. Serve the people you were meant to serve, and everybody wins. If you have any doubts about that, you can either replay this and let me lecture you again, or you can also just call me. Let's have a conversation about it. You can call me on my phone number. You have my phone number. You have my email address. You can also, if you want to be more scheduled about it, you can go to my website, which is yourbrandbydesign.com/discovery duet. And there you will find my calendar. You can pick a time that works best for your schedule. Make it work. Prioritize your brand. Prioritize finding your niche. Prioritize not only identifying where your lane is, but strategically creating a business that keeps you there and doesn't worry about the distractions, the competitions, the other roads off to, you know, Timbuktu. It's a left turn to Albuquerque. It'll get you every time. Just give me a call, and I would love to help you figure out where your lane is and how to stay there and how to increase your joy and your money. Thus endeth my rant. Have a fabulous day. I will be back here Thursday, always live Thursdays mornings, to share some more genius with you. In the meantime, rock on.